We all love animals and often admire them through our screens, but we rarely ask ourselves, what would I do if I ran into one going on a rampage in the wild? But we should. You might want to take a seat, because we've put together some of the most unusual and thrilling animal encounters ever captured on camera. So subscribe and hit that bell, because we're about to get started. When you live in bear country, you have to remember to leave some treats out far away from your house when hosting a barbecue, or they might just show up to crash the party. Luckily, this little cutie didn't hurt anyone. This hippo is about to show you why you should never leave the safety of your vehicle on an African safari. Think fishing in a river like this might surprise you with an anaconda or a crocodile? Think again, and never underestimate how creative nature can be. Imagine the size of the largest deer herd in the world, and now look at how incredibly huge it actually is. If you're the hero who actually managed to count them all, please leave a comment.
Hey bear.
Be sure to call the professionals to remove a beehive from your terrace, otherwise nature will send its own.
Bees. I don't think it feels like that.
Right here?
No, these aren't torpedoes. They're two manatees that got so scared they switched to supersonic speed. Something tells me that this encounter wasn't part of the expedition, but don't worry, this big guy's just showing off. Remember, if you can't chase away a snake with a fishing rod, use your battle cry. I bet you thought a tree was a great place to hide from an elephant, but don't worry, they're friends and just playing. Still think sophisticated robberies only happen in movies? And now it's like, do you mind? I'm trying to finish my tart, thanks. No matter where you go, there's always someone who says, hey, you can't park there. Even if it's a walrus. Ah, what a perfect day to move out of your house forever. But seriously, always call a professionalist to handle this kind of stuff. Don't release Alaskan cats into the wild. They're a threat to the Alaskan bear population. You know, there's one country that you couldn't pay me to live in.
Oh my god!
Do I have to name it? The stress tolerance level you put on your resume had better be 100% true if you're an excavator driver in India, and here's why. Fortunately, everyone was fine. This might be the scariest day of this Mazda driver's life, but for Mr. Bison, it's just Tuesday. Whoever came up with the idea of open safari cars is either the world's greatest troll or the world's greatest psychopath. Thank God, this time, the cheetah just came by to say hello. And here's how the most American game can become even more American in just a second. Stop filming trees and come take a photo of me and the boys.
Okay.
This is exactly what you expect to see in the ocean abyss, but definitely not something you want to encounter.
You can see how easy it would.
It's at moments like these that you can thank the Lord you didn't buy a convertible. Sure, elephants are cute and all, but they can be very unpredictable, so if you're lucky enough to encounter one, it's best to watch from the sidelines. You'll regret not taking the day off when this beauty escapes from its enclosure during your shift, but it seems he just wanted to stretch his legs. You should never approach a bison, especially one with a calf, but what do you do when they're the ones approaching you? That's right, try to negotiate. Since when did you start stuttering?
Surprise!
Ever since I started kayaking. I'm afraid to go to Africa because of the predators. Meanwhile, the one you should really be on the lookout for. Here's another reason why motorcyclists should always wear a helmet, especially in Thailand. Luckily, this ended without any injuries. You don't know what a good workout is until you've run around a tree in a park trying to escape a moose.
Get inside, inside the house. Get inside the house.
Nothing to see here, just someone
safe.
walking their pet coyote. Wait, what? Now, check out this Buffalo Stampede ASMR in Yellowstone National Park. Here's the moment one guy realizes why none of the players leave their golf bags in the carts. Still need proof that humanity needs flying cars? I know you don't understand fox language, but this literally means better stay away from me. You know, judging by all the bear videos we've seen today, being a bear seems pretty fun. Sorry, but I'm about to add an item to your bucket list: soaring the skies with a vulture. You know it's time to buy a new rug when there's a Godzilla in your current one. And this is how professionals feed blunt-nosed sharks in Fiji. When an ostrich is hungry, every car looks like a yummy treat. Does insurance even cover bird attacks? The only thing surfers fear are a lack of waves and sharks. Oh, and dolphins, because they look like sharks. Here is even more documented proof that dolphins have an IQ at least as high as humans, because even they seem to be delighted by kittens. Imagine you're sliding down a water slide and you see this above you. What do you do? When your tour unexpectedly turns into a bull run, all you can do is not look back. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Okay, my desire to visit Bali just spontaneously evaporated. Some friendly advice: if a kangaroo's rummaging through your bag, don't disturb it, or it might chase you all the way to the Great Barrier Reef. Visitors to this cafe managed to wake up without their morning coffee this morning. The next time you feel like complaining about your noisy neighbors, think of these homeowners who have to put up with elephant seals. If you thought a horse in a cafe was weird, how about a sea boar? Leave a comment if you have any idea where this pig came from. If I were a resident of this town, I would not wander into the woods after dark, considering the vocal talents of the local elk. Maybe this bison just wants to play and isn't attacking the snowmobiles, but no one has dared to check.
Oh my God.
It seems we've found the perfect actors to play the velociraptors in the next Jurassic World movie. Everyone knows that geese are immortal and only vulnerable one day a year on Thanksgiving. Wait, that's turkeys. Do not mess with geese. Real heroes don't wear capes. They just keep doing their job even after being scratched and bitten.
Oh my God.
This tourist decided to take a closer look at a moose, but he didn't expect it to be so eager to assist him.
Yeah. Do you want to jump in here?
When you need to herd sheep, you bring a sheepdog, but when facing a 400-kilogram muskox, you have to improvise with a jeep. Just hit the gas and pray you're fast enough. These tourists just discovered that there are sudden toll barriers in the middle of the ocean. For over 100 years, ostriches around the world have been sad because they can't pinch your curious nose through the closed windows of your car.
There you go.
For these ladies, even a tiny demo version of an alligator was enough to play The Floor is Lava for half an hour.
It's oh my God, yes! 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 Yes!
Must be sad to travel halfway across the savannah to a restaurant only to be turned away at the entrance by pesky dogs for not passing the face test. Relax, it isn't a baby stroller that the man's using to fend off feather hooligans, just a golf cart, but it still looks epic. While pigeons beg for food in your city, in Oslo, they have squads of foxes. You don't have to be a professional to feed a crocodile over a fence. You have to be the bravest professional to even get within a meter of this dinosaur. I bet even an Australian would need therapy after this encounter. You probably know that objects in mirror are closer than they appear, but the problem is you're not looking at this cassowary through your rearview mirror. Oh, hi. I was sent by the deer you're hunting. He told me to tell you that he and a rabbit have been laughing at your ambush for half an hour. When you go whale watching, be prepared, because they may just be human watching at the same time. You need a lot of luck to encounter a lion in the wild, and even more luck to remain unharmed. Okay, guys, if you live near a forest, you'll never have breakfast alone again, because deer have learned how to open doors. Oh, shoot, look, there's a human. What do we do? Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. You don't need to rewatch The Lord of the Rings this year. Just take a vacation to Australia. This donkey was like, "Hey buddy, you got something for me today?" Elephant. Is it raining or something? Meanwhile, the guy's on the elephant, smiling nervously. Always keep an eye on your catch when sea lions are nearby, or you won't have a catch for long. Think your Doberman is the best guard for private property? Don't make this turkey laugh. Is this another car insurance ad in Africa, or big cats learning to skateboard? Everyone was scared, but no one was harmed. Something tells me that this was his last day as a diver and his first day as a wealthy business owner in the crabbing industry. The chances of running into a snake hundreds of miles from shore are incredibly slim, but not zero. Crocodiles are very smart animals. They won't waste time on a snack when the main course is nearby. But thanks to this guy's quick reaction, he was unharmed. You know, in this city, there are no fines for parking on the road, but that's because it'll only happen once. When you're on the beach, make sure your laughter doesn't sound like a seagull's cry, or you'll have to deal with the consequences of whatever you accidentally say to them. And here's what happens when a hunter chooses the wrong prey. Don't even try to escape from predatory cats by swimming, unless they're as tame as these two. What could be worse than not getting any bites while fishing? Getting bites, but then some leopard just takes everything. And these guys thought that chasing a moose on a forest road was a good idea, until this moment. Apparently, this cow has a personal vendetta against cyclists, but this time she just decided to scare them. Moral of the story, if you happen upon a wild boar, do not test its patience. Luckily, there was no showdown this time. Crocodiles have a vice-like bite, but not the patience to be messed with. The traffic police in India have slightly different methods for punishing offenders. Bet you've never seen 1 sheep, 1 goat, and 3 lambs taking people hostage. This menacing little guy runs up to whisper in the man's ear. "Get out of my territory." If you're afraid of encountering a bear in the forest, let me add another fear for you. They can also appear from above. This is Neil the Seal, and today he's the sheriff of this road. Believe me, he's hard to negotiate with. Oh, you're going for a jog? Mind if I join you? They say these guys are still sitting on the roof, waiting for this trickster to leave. Luckily, no one was harmed. This is literally me the day after a party trying to reach for a bottle of water. Don't worry, you can still get into the holiday spirit even in countries where there's no snow. Admit it, the last skill you'd expect to acquire while cycling is the ability to herd cows. If you suddenly come across a stranger like this while driving on a dark road, it's best not to shine your headlights in its face. It may find that irritating. Pop quiz, hotshot. What lives in shells? Wrong. It's a baby octopus. This little chimpanzee scares everyone with one move. His relatives, the snake, even himself. How can an ordinary goose be a real man? But look at how this brave one protects his family. Usually, a rhinoceros's size gives it an edge in fights, but not this time. Everyone has a friend who attacks big guys for fun. Who knew there were snooty people among the kudu as well? While grizzlies are among the most ferocious predators in Alaskan forests, locals are even more afraid of moose, and here's why. Which would win in a fight between a gorilla and a goose? Well, you lose if you answer gorilla. But don't be shy, share your real answer in the comments. It's hard to believe that in nature, there's a small furry creature that can challenge the most poisonous snake on the planet and win. When your opponent is a pride of 14 lions, a happy ending is very unlikely, but you shouldn't give up either. The giraffes can be very curious, but it's best not to get too curious when you're looking at a goose with its family. And that night, all the gazelles gathered around the fireplace to rewatch this video and laughed hard. The cow thought it would be easy to take away food from a goose, but she didn't realize that the goose wasn't as simple as it seemed. Thought you can call this lioness a loser? Then think how lucky she is that this blow didn't reach her. Going without lunch is better than being unconscious, right? It's impossible to imagine that some goat will teach you a lesson and will prove that he's the real goat when you're 3 2-ton rhinoceroses. Here's what happened when the ostrich realized that he was the same height as the giraffe. Apparently, complaints to mom didn't help this time. Lionesses keep their lions in line, so they thought this would work with all wildcat males, but they were wrong. Rabbits are one of the few animals who can be badass and adorable at the same time, don't you think? Hold your breath, because you will never see such gorgeous footage of 2 wild horses fighting. Despite the fact that 3-on-1 is often a winning strategy, on this day, the lions chose the wrong opponent. If you're a fan, then take a look at a real boxing or UFC fight, but in any case, this bully definitely overestimated his strength. It's incredible how life can be changed in a split second in the wild. Do you still think the cheetah is the fastest animal on Earth? Those overly curious cows didn't realize the rooster wasn't in the mood today, so he had to teach them a lesson 3 more times. Even best friends sometimes fight, especially when such a naughty rhino won't leave you alone. This dog is not allowed to dig holes in the yard, so he's trying to stop this gopher from doing this. Apparently, he doesn't like it very much. This orangutan thought that pestering otters is a good idea. What does this remind you of? Imagine how fearless you must be to act like that with 2 camels. This is a 500-kilogram brown bear, and this is a 5-kilogram cat who's not happy about being woken up. During his hunt, this crocodile never expected this to happen to him on his own territory. This is Larry the cat. He doesn't like trespassers, and he's about to explain it to this fox. If not this, then what could be the most unexpected sight you can see in your backyard at night? There's a reason why hippos are aggressive towards trespassers, but these guys realize that elephants are the wrong opponent, except for one. This cat will teach you that it's not your size that matters, but your self-confidence. Peacock, the guy who buys the most expensive skin. Turkey, the guy who's actually proficient at the game. You think Fast and Furious had the best chases? Well, check out this one. This has to be one of the greatest wildlife moments humans have ever captured. When a mom duck spots the smallest threat to her kids, she'll do anything to protect them. That's when the white lion realized the real leader of the pride wasn't the best sparring partner. Fighting over mates isn't uncommon, but when 2 700-kilogram bison do it, it's amazing to watch. If hyenas knew that because of its thick skin, this honey badger doesn't care even about a lion's bite, they would definitely choose a different target. Oh yeah, he can also bite anyone. A meeting between the world's 2nd largest and 3rd largest mammal proves once again that size doesn't matter. Why is the king of beasts so careful with this dinner? Well, because with one precise blow, the dinner can turn it into the wrong opponent. The rhino decided to offend the little one, but his mom explained to him to choose your opponents according to their weight. The little calf seemed to be an easy prey for a pack of wolves, but there was only one problem. An angry mother bison wasn't part of the plan. And this little guy's no slouch himself. If you think meeting a pack of lionesses in the wild is the scariest thing ever, then you've never seen what a desperate mother is capable of protecting her child. Yes, lions are the king of the beasts, as you say. Now join your pride. Any ill-wisher should think before doing anything about why the local rooster is called Big Man. Catching fish is a necessity for dolphins, but for this fish, it's like playing catch-up. Do you still think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are just a story for kids? Well, then how can you explain this one's endless energy and eagerness to tackle the cat? It's easy to make food from smaller animals when you are literally the size of a bulldozer, until you meet a guy like that. There's a reason why lions prefer hunting large animals. You can get something out of them from these aggressive little ones.
Hey, guinea pigs, hurry up! I have to get over there fast!
There's only one way for a zebra to shock a crocodile in order to escape: bite it back. It looks like one reptile needs a psychologist today.
And you consider them achievements?
These were the opportunities I had. At least I took them.
And this orangutan found himself surrounded by annoying otters, but was totally underestimated by them. I would not want to meet a hungry hyena, or if a wild boar suspects you might be a threat for her kiddos. And this cutie needs to learn how to butt first, then find some opponents. There's one trick zebra moms know to stop predators from messing with their babies: 3,000-pound hoof kicks. This pig starts regretting his bad behavior in 3, 2, 1. Guess this Wolverine knows that the best defense is a good offense. A falcon decided to mess with the wrong rooster, so he got a few blows to the back of the head. An experienced tigress is the right opponent if wild dogs are trying to learn a lesson. In any other situation, it'd be a bad choice. Lionesses are formidable predators, but even they sometimes overestimate their power. Today, you've already seen a horse fight, but how about a horse fight where a friend stepped in? Somewhere in a parallel universe, a buffalo calf attacks and chases an adult lion.
Are you prey?
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger.
Unlike antelopes, elephants don't abandon their brothers and can deal with such a giant predator. This peacock chose the wrong opponents, but for revenge, he just needs to wait, because November will come again and turkeys won't be happy about it. If animals can have phobias, this ostrich will avoid elephants for the rest of his life. Don't worry, he's fine.
The whooshy finger? Oh, you know this hold. Skadoosh.
Do zebras also have 9 lives like cats? How else can we explain this fearless move? Owls are natural predators, smart, quiet, and fast, but even they sometimes get into trouble. He got out, don't worry. I can't think of a more desperate situation for any wild animal than this, is what I would say if this buffalo was alone. The bite force of a crocodile can reach 2 tons, and there's no way you can get out of it. But fortunately, these 50 Spartans don't abandon their buddies in the midst of trouble. I've got something more exotic for you, so pick your fighter and place your bets.
Fight!
I bet you had no idea that these adorable koalas could fight while looking so adorable. Check out the weasel's revenge on the seagull, which no sane person would believe without this video. This is literally a fight between Vin Weasel and Steven Seagal in the best crossover of all time. Here's what happens when a buffalo messes with the wrong herd. All the other cows and bulls are there like, why is this weird-looking dude fighting with Uncle Joe? I always knew rhinoceroses are smart animals, and here's another proof, because you have to think quickly to figure out it's time to run. Ever seen an immortal goat? It's not because it can withstand a horse's hoof, but because it gets into a fight again after that. Okay, so what do we have here? Now, the opossum needs deodorant, and the guy needs a new camera. This choice is 100% justified only if the lioness has always dreamed of doing a front flip. Based on the honey badger's calm and confidence, this is probably the least crazy part of his day. Next, he probably went up against a pack of lions, ate an elephant, and ended up swimming with crocodiles. Check out this bird's shock. It literally spreads its wings and was like,
"Dude, are you crazy? What did I do to you?"
Admit it, where else would you see rat wrestling watched by a shocked cat if not on this channel, huh? While the eagle spends years developing speed, endurance, and vision for hunting, this duck solved intellectual problems, increasing its IQ. This goose won't give up trying to harm you, regardless of whether he can. Don't even think about doubting him. When you're just a French bulldog, but at heart, you're a pit bull. This movement is called I'm the Wrong Opponent for you kiddies, and it works, as you can see. This lioness changed her mind about biting the hippopotamus in time, but the fact that she woke him up was enough to teach her a lesson. Although goats are badasses, this pig had too much at stake. During mating season, this donkey overestimated his strength. Even if you're the largest cat in Western Asia, don't linger near an angry horse. Now, you'll understand why this eagle picked the worst animal out of all the possibilities. Did you know Africa has its own space program? This is its first test launch. These guys studied the wrong stone. There's something wrong with this crocodile's ping, right? This pack of wild dogs' biggest mistake was attacking the kudu antelope, which had a clear plan for this lake. Even if you're a professional rooster trainer, training horses is dangerous. The shark has terrified marine life for thousands of years, but not everyone's afraid. Don't worry, everything will be fine. This sloth knows how to control its anger. The chicken must be some liquid terminator, since it doesn't feel anything and can't be stopped. These wolves wanted easy prey, but got the most difficult fight of their lives. Check out this video if you don't know how the food chain works. This dog made a huge mistake by thinking the kangaroo couldn't swim and was helpless in the water. Luckily, no one got hurt. Here's a video that'll surprise you if you've ever wondered which was stronger, a crocodile or a python. When this leopard attacked the python, the outcome seemed obvious, but the python turned out to be the sneaky one. This unique footage of a fight between a tiger and python was even used in a 1930s movie. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to tell us in the comments about your most unforgettable animal encounter. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell, because there's plenty more where this came from.